So today I'm going to be showing you how you can get your leads to pay for your ad spend. And this is really cool because basically it means that any money that you make on the back end is 100% profit because the leads have already paid for the ad spend themselves. Now, I've been running webinars and challenges for nearly 7 years now using Facebook ads, and I'm really pissed off at myself that it's really taken me this long to fully utilize this strategy. I had tried to use this strategy in the past a few times, but it affected the overall conversion on the back end. And I'll explain why that was and why this new strategy doesn't do that. And it can actually even further increase the back end conversions.
Okay, let's go.
So real quick, let me just give you a background on the funnel. So we will do a challenge funnel where basically one of our clients will go live for 3 to 5 days. They will teach for 3 to 5 days, and then they will sell a back-end offer. So this is typically what we would do. We would run ads and then also organic as well. And we would run them to a landing page, and then they would basically attend the challenge. And then at the end of the challenge, they would then sell, a 1 to 2K offer typically. We have tested different and bigger price points as well, but I'm not going to go into it in this video. So we would spend typically anywhere between 20 to 50K on ads, and we would just try and basically make all of that back and obviously profit on the back end from this 1 to 2K offer. Now, what we have started to do is offer a lower ticket product here in the funnel after they register for the challenge. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, Sam, that's fucking obvious. The funnel hacking community have been talking about self-liquidating offers forever. And I get it. I understand this isn't maybe revolutionary as you're looking at it. But what I used to do with my webinars and my challenges was someone would register for one of those events and I would try them, upsell them on a low ticket product after they registered, maybe $20, $7, $27, $47. And it would typically be some form of like ebook, guide, even like a mini course. And what I found was that on those offers, number one, the conversion wasn't very good. From, after someone registered, the conversion was super low. So not that many people actually took us up on the offer, which meant we didn't actually make that much money back. But at the same time, I saw that the attendance rate for those different events also plummeted. And this was my theory on why. It was because if someone sees us from an ad, and this is the first time that they've ever seen us before in their lives, and then as soon as they register for something for free, we just slap a offer in front of them for the first time, they'll probably think, oh, this is just another one of those internet money-making twats. They just want to sell me. They said this was a free event. Now they're trying to sell me this crappy ebook or this course. And I think what that did is create a lot of distrust with the audience, and it meant that they didn't show up for the actual event. And what that meant was obviously the conversions on the challenge went down because not that many people attended, which meant that the actual money that we made on the back end was also a lot lower than what we were used to. So what we've started to test instead is we still sell them something low ticket on the back end, but it isn't a course, it isn't a guide, it isn't an ebook. It's actually VIP access to the event itself. So in the numbers that I'm going to show you in a second here, we gave them a VIP offer, which was basically you get a workbook for the challenge. You also get lifetime access to the recordings, and you also get guaranteed access to a Zoom room where the coach will actually answer questions throughout the 5 days. And what we found is actually offering them a VIP upsell to the event that they've already registered for actually meant more people bought. And I think that it created less distrust because people are used to paying VIP. Well, maybe not people are used to paying it, but people are very aware that for certain events, there's a VIP option. So I think when they register and they're presented with a VIP option, it's not met with the same rejection as if you were just trying to sell them some other course. Because if you try and sell them like another course or an ebook, they might just think, oh, they're only getting me to register this for free because they just want to sell me their course. Whereas the VIP option, it's like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of events also have the VIP. I'm going to decide to do it or I'm not. But it doesn't actually stop them from showing up to the challenge, even if they don't buy the VIP. And what we found is that the people who actually paid VIP, their show rate was really, really high. So it actually meant that we got more people to attend the challenge than usual, which meant that we actually made more money in the back end. So I just want to show you a quick example of the funnel that we've recently ran. So there's the VIP sales and the total sales in here as well. You can see that we did 186K in total sales. I know this funnel is super messy, gives me a bit of anxiety, but I'll guide you through the numbers. This is the organic registration page. And you can see here that we had about 4,600 people or 4,600 leads hit this page. And you can see that we made 617 sales at $27, which means that this has brought in about 16.6K. And down at the bottom here, you can see that the ads registration page got about 3,200 leads and it made 81 sales, which added an extra 2.1K. So what's that? It's about 18K in sales. Now, I don't want to go into the details too much, but some of these sales from the ads actually did appear here just because of the funnel that we sent them through. So I think this conversion rate on the organic was around 10%, and this on the ads was more about 5%. So we could get those numbers higher. This page, for example, could be optimized a lot. This was just the first time we were running it. But around 10% of the organic registrants paid for VIP, and about 5% of the ads registrants paid for VIP. So if you add these leads amounts up, we had about 7,800 total leads for the challenge, and about 3,200 of those came from the ads. And in terms of ad spend, we spent about 25K in ads, 3,200 leads. That's about a cost per lead of $7.80, which, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's not also the best in the world, but it's a decent lead cost. Now, from the VIP sales, and yes, this was organic and paid, but from the VIP sales, we already made 18K back, right? So if you take that off the ad spend, before the event actually started, we still only spent technically 7K because we already had made 18K back. So if you take that 7K as the actual ad spend and you divide it by the 3,200, it makes our cost per lead actually around $2. Now, I know this isn't amazing math because look, you can't really take off the organic sales from the VIP from the ad spend and then divide it just by the leads that came from the ads and get the actual lead cost. I know it's a bit messy and I know it's not 100% ringing true, but the point is that instead of being 25K down before the event, we were only 7K down. But we had over 3,000 people from the ad spend come in. And we had 7,800 leads in total. And like I mentioned, because we had so many people buy VIP, pretty much all of those VIPs attended because they had actually technically paid for the event. So the show rate was actually greater. So you can see in this funnel so far, we've done 186K. We need to take off the 25K in ad spend. So that is going to be about $160,000. And to make that $160,000, it was pretty low risk because all we had to do really was kind of risk 7K, which, considering the amount of revenue and sales that we actually generated, that's pretty damn good. So I think it just creates this safety net of, okay, we spent 25K in ads, which is, for a lot of people, that's a high number. But if you go into the challenge knowing that you've already made 18K back and you haven't even sold your main offer, if you're selling a 1K offer, you only need to make 7 sales out of 7,800 leads, which is obviously more than doable as long as you know what you're doing. So we're going to be using this throughout all of our challenges moving forward. And I know a lot of people have talked about, again, upsells and VIPs and stuff before. But again, I kind of fucked this up previously where I was starting selling ebooks and courses and stuff. And I think that really just, number one, doesn't convert as much. But number two, it actually creates distrust. and it stops people showing up to the event. And especially in a world, obviously, where, you know, I love Facebook ads and it runs most of my businesses. And obviously, I don't think it's going anywhere. It still can make you a shitload of money. But in a world where ad costs are rising and you have to constantly get better and better and innovate to try and get the biggest return from your ad spend, I think this is a really safe way for, especially if you're working with clients and you want to try and spend a lot of their money to get as many registrants as possible, so it makes them as much money on the back end as possible. But if they're a bit scared about spending money on ads, this is a great way to, you know, alleviate those fears and calm them down and be like, look, yes, okay, I want to spend, you know, 50K of your money on ads in the next few weeks, but based on the conversions of previous launches, we're probably going to get about 50% of that back if we add in a VIP upsell to the paid ads funnel and also the organic funnel as well for your organic registrant. So look, again, I know some of that 18K that we made from VIP sales, a big proportion of that was from the organic. And if we didn't have the organic audience also registering, then, you know, we wouldn't have brought in as much revenue. But that's why it's super important to, when you are running ads for your clients, you want to work with clients that also have a big, warm, organic audience, because if you compare the power of organic and paid ads together, then you can really make a shitload of money. If you're starting working with someone who doesn't have a organic audience and they just want to grow their entire company just from ads, it gets a lot trickier, especially in the info product and coaching space. I know e-commerce can work a little bit differently, and that's not my area of expertise. But I really believe that if anyone is running ads in the info space, they need to be running at least a few organic channels as well to try and get some organic free leads in, which then you can use that money to fund the growth of the company through the ads as well. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update on something that's been working well for us and our businesses. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the next one.